You know, the fact that we only have 300 Nigerians in South African prisons, according to Groenewald, is concerning to me as a South African and many other South Africans that I've conversated with for the past few hours. Guys, Sizokuthola alone has found more Nigerians with drugs than the 300 that is being talked about. That's how concerning it is. We know the brothels that these guys are operating, man. It's so sad for our justice system. It's so sad for our police to be taking bribes over your own nation. 80% of those people who are busted with drugs are Nigerians. But you see, the problem is they've mastered our system to the point where, remember, these guys are one of the smartest individuals you'll find. So they've mastered the system of South Africa. They've mastered who to bribe, when and where. You'll hand them to the police after you find them with drugs. But next week you'll find them same place with the same drugs. How they got out, there is not even a record of that person having been arrested before. This is concerning. As South Africans, this should be one of the biggest issues that is being discussed. Now, we see a lot of Nigerians rejoicing that, no, South Africans said we had the problem in their country, but they only have 300 of us in their prisons. First of all, for them, for Nigerians, this is so concerning for them, because you can't celebrate that you have 300 Nigerians in South African prison. Do you know how far Nigeria is to South Africa? Do you know how far that is? How many South Africans do you have in your prisons? But enough with that. Nigerians should deal with this, where people are kidnapping families and all these things and taking women and killing men. Nigeria is not to be discussed with. But for South Africans, this is concerning. It's really concerning. We know the places that they operate. We know in Joburg, in Free State, in Cape Town, everywhere. We know where these people are operating. But somehow the police stations around them are as rotten as them. It's
Afternoon, my African brothers and sisters. I hope everyone is doing well. Yesterday, I was going through the social media and realized the Minister of Correctional Services in South Africa gave a particular statistics that is very, very important, especially looking at the situation that is happening in South Africa. And those statistics are very important in this particular moment, because it is good to understand where this problem between South Africa and Nigeria is really coming from. I personally and this platform advocate for every criminal should be prosecuted, and we advocate that anyone who is doing crime should be punished by the law, and we do not condone to anything that is evil. But at the same time, we need to be informed before we proceed with particular with our rhetorics. First, this platform is to also give South Africans and Nigerians the opportunity that we can love each other irrespective of the challenges we face. And I'm so happy that finally the governments between the two countries are starting to speak as brothers to be able to calm down the situation between these two powerful nations. Indeed, if these two nations come together, the unity of Africa is guaranteed. The imperialists has never left us. That is why if the rhetorics between these two countries continue to create division, then Africa is dividing, because these are the most powerful nations in Africa. The correctional minister gave something very powerful, that we have to understand where this fanning of hate is coming from. If we have 300 convicted Nigerians who have committed crimes that have led to convictions, it totally means Nigerians are the Nigerians that are committing crime are really committing grievous crimes, and we want to condemn that, because they are giving that powerful nation a very, very bad name. We want to condemn that, and thanks, the law has convicted them and is punishing them for what they have done. But at the same time, looking at the general statistics and the fingers that are pointing to Nigeria as a very bad nation, it shows that the Nigerians that are committing crime are really doing very bad things. Or is it a particular game to always put Nigerians as scapegoats of Africans? I will never support Nigerians that are doing wrong. I'm speaking for the Africans that are doing the right things to promote Africa. There are a lot of South Africans that are doing great things with Nigerians, so we can never ignore them, because who will speak for the voice of good if we all stand every day and talk about Nigeria always that they are bad people, forgetting to know there is no nation that is free from crime, or there is no criminal that has a nation, for as long as the place is ruled by law and regulation. So I'd really want to encourage the statistics that was given. We should prosecute particular situations as a result of statistics, because these statistics are what is registered, and the statistics will speak for itself that indeed Yes, they are criminals, but they are also good Africans that are producing, that are contributing to the national GDP of South Africa, which in turn assist Africans at large. Africans are the ones still suffering even after the problems in South Africa, because the Malawian, the Congolese, and even this black South African child is still suffering. We have not stopped that suffering. We need to unite now more than ever to see how we can solve the problem of the black child. I want to stand for peace. I want to advocate for peace, and I want us to believe in our own statistics. I want us to be informed so that when we stand with our statistics, it is easy for us to see where the weakness and where the enemy is trying to penetrate us, so we can be able to detect it and know exactly how to tackle it as Africans. A lot of people will never be happy with the message of good, but the message of good needs to prevail, because no matter the challenges, South Africa and Nigeria are powerful nations. And personally, I believe that the stability of South Africa and the stability of Nigeria will lead to the biggest African unity and Afro-consciousness that we've seen. Kudos to the Burkinabe people, the people of Burkina Faso, who are indeed creating a new curriculum to give the African child the voice and the power and the dignity to be proudly African. God bless the president of Burkina Faso. We are seeing the battle you are going through. We see how the enemy has put your name on the list of people who are against humanity, but we know very well that you are for the people. And whenever an African stands for the people, they become the enemy of the imperialists. You should not stop fighting, because you are changing Africa, and Africa will change. God bless Burkina Faso, God bless South Africa, and God bless Nigeria. God bless Cameroon, though we have our Octogorian president who is leading us from afar, but God bless all of us. God bless Cameroon.
The biggest criminals in South Africa, and the South African prisons were full of Nigerians. But here is what the numbers are saying. 84% of inmates in South African prisons are South Africans. Shocking, isn't it? Only 16% are foreign nationals. And here's a big shocker. Only 8% of prisoners.
Of course, there's going to be more South Africans in prison compared to other foreign nationals. And the reason why that is because South Africa's population boasts a higher population or sample size compared to foreigners. For example, there's like plus 60 million people living in South Africa that are South African citizens, and then there's like 5 million people that are foreigners. So when we make a comparison, we need to make a comparison relative to the sample size. So for example, you look at the amount of prisoners in South Africa relative to the sample size of foreigners living in this country, and you do the same thing for South Africans. You look at the number of South Africans in prison relative to the size of the population, of South African population, and you're going to find out that per capita, right, there are more foreigners in South African prisons than South Africans. Because when you make a comparison between two demographics and two statistics, you need to account for the sample size of both those statistics. Yeah, ne?